Tinggalin daun, bili-bili mo, kasahan juga kalau ganito ka to tek tagalan.
Hello, this is Jimmy T with Ion Inyo Health and Human Services. Today we're honored to have nurse Susanna, also known as Susie Chavez, all the way from across the street. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I understand this is flu season, right?
It's flu season.
What do we always do in flu season?
Flu shots.
So tell us about flu shots. When
We will have our first flu clinic starting October 1st and ending on October 24th.
So is it every day or is it Mondays, Fridays?
It's Tuesdays through Thursdays.
Tuesdays to Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
October 1 through 24th. And where will this be?
Everywhere in the county. We will be at schools, we will be at fire stations, and we will be at senior centers.
Where do we find out where you'll be today? How do I find out your location for injections? We get every place at the same time?
No. So we have our
Your flyer?
we have
Flyer? And
we
your
have
website, right?
on our website. Do you want me to say the website?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You can go online at inyocounty.us/vaccines-clinics.
And that'll list all the when, where, and who is this vaccine for?
It is for, we're doing vaccines for anyone 6 months and older.
Okay. And I understand that they are free, but you prefer that people who have insurance get their own.
Correct. If you have insurance, we prefer that you go to your primary care physician, but we will do anyone. We won't ask you for insurance or anything.
About how many doses do you have?
We have around 300, and in the past years, that's been enough to cover everyone, but we could always order more just in case.
Okay. So again, where? All over the county?
All over.
When?
We'll be...
Oh, sorry.
We'll be in Bishop, Big Pine, Independence, Lone Pine, and then some of my other nurses will be down in Death Valley and Death Valley. I'll just say Death Valley.
Death
I don't know how to say the other one.
Appalachia?
Nope, it's Tacopa. Yep.
So it'll be October 1st to the 24th.
Yes.
And go to the website, inyocounty.us/vaccines-clinics.
Yep.
Cool. And you said over 6 months. Now, will the physicians normally do that? If
you go in to see them, yes.
Okay. And also the pharmacists?
Yep, you can also get them at Vaughn's, Dwayne's. I think those are our only pharmacies now.
I think you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have anything else to tell us? Oh, are there any after effects? So like if I get injection, will I pass out? Will I drive? Because I develop the ability to talk?
No, most people are okay. You might get like a sore arm. That's pretty normal. Just try to move it around. Other than that, if you know you've had a known side effect prior to getting your flu shot, as long as you let us know what it is, that would be helpful.
Awesome. This is Nurse Susanna Chavez, Susie Chavez, from Inyo County Health and Human Services. Is that correct?
Yep.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to vaccines for the month of October. Just in time for Halloween to bring out that bad minion.
The spookiness. In season.
This is Jimmy T with Ion Inyo Health and Human Services. This is Jimmy T with Laughing Parrot Productions and Skippable News with Lisa Davis, the flight nurse out at Sierra Life Flight. Now we're going to talk about the people. So tell me what kind of people you have, and you have EMTs, flight nurses?
We have amazing people. That's the best part of working here is the staff that we work with who become our friends and family. But on the ground side, we start with EMT basics. We have a group of them that partner with ground paramedics. And then on the air side, we have flight paramedics and flight nurses. So different scopes of practice for all of them. On the ground side, which is more your entry-level position as an EMT basic, And we're excited because we now have EMT basics that we've never had before with our service. So, and add ground paramedics to that, which is also something that we've never had before. We're really excited to have those people with us so that we can groom them, teach them, and move them up in their careers into the flight side. That's a path we've never had in this valley.
That's excellent. Now, what differentiates a flight nurse from a regular EMT or EMS or paramedic? There we go.
So nursing's a little different than EMT and paramedicine. So an EMT has a scope of practice that includes most things that aren't invasive. They can monitor vital signs. They can provide first aid. They can assist a paramedic with different procedures. And then once you move on up and have a little more training, at the paramedicine level, you get to do more of the invasive procedures, start IVs, intubate, give more meds. The level of training just gets higher. And then you move on up into flight, which you start to get into more of the advanced skills that require more training and more hands-on. So here, one of the unique things that we've done is we've integrated our ground crews with our flight crews for skills days. So our ground crews get the unique opportunity to practice right alongside of with the flight crews and glean that advanced knowledge from them. In turn, our flight crews also get a ground perspective that they may not have had in a few years, or for our flight nurses have never had. So it's a really great opportunity to bring all of those fields together and learn from each other. It just makes us nothing but better.
Resource sharing as well as expanding your knowledge base.
Knowledge and clinical skill.
That's
yeah.
great. Mm-hmm. And now, how many personnel do you have doing the EMT, paramedic?
We have 6 EMTs, and then we have 3 full-time paramedics.
And how many flight nurses do you have?
We have 8 flight nurses. 8 flight nurses and 8 paramedics.
Awesome. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Jimmy T with Eye on Inyo. We're talking to Sierra Life Flight Lisa Davis about paramedics, EMTs, flight nurses, and beyond.
Thanks.
Thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get ready for the start. Round and round we go. The Dusty Dells.
Oh, shit.
Hey, are you what? Yes, we are live. I'm Jason Brown with Laughing Pear Productions and Sierra Wave Media. Pretty loud here because I got my grandson. I got Coach Jessica Hodges here, and we're at Good Earth Yogurt. And why are we down here today?
We are celebrating the epic efforts of our
A little louder, just because they're loud.
cross-country team.
Small but mighty.
Small but mighty. They blew me away yesterday. Their effort. I thought they were gonna. I thought we were gonna struggle out there, but they really surprised me, especially our first place runner. He came in.
Ezekiel.
He came in.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you're talking about them coming in first, is that freshman through varsity?
Yep. All the
Wow.
guys. Yeah.
So, can you
First
give
year.
me his time for the mile? Did you guys do it down the mile? Yeah.
So I don't know his mile time, but I know his time, and the fastest of the race was 20:42.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
20
pretty
minutes.
quick.
Fastest girl was 22. He was fastest overall.
And so you're down here having a congratulatory, good job to the team and everything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I do have good news for you.
Incredibly proud of him.
Because I know that this was coming out of your pocket, right? Okay. Well, Good Earth Yogurt is going to give you guys 20% off, and Laughing Parrot's going to throw in $50.
Wow. Well, then I better get one.
So get yourself a yogurt. No, go ahead. Get yourself a yogurt. We're really proud of them. We'd show them, but we don't have their parents' permission or anything. But Coach, wonderful job. Can you tell us one more thing about how you came about that the Invitational was here in Bishop? Is that something that rotates or?
It is, and I actually didn't know until after the race that it only happens once every 7 years. So
Oh, wow.
It's a rotating deal, and it's alphabetical, and it was time for B for Bishop to go, and I just stepped into this role. It's my first time. First
wow.
meet, and first invitational, and it happened to be that we were hosting it, so it was a lot. But thankfully, I had a ton of help from the parents. And other coaches from other teams, everybody stepped in, so it was really good. And our athletic director.
Well, that is awesome. Congratulations to the entire team. Congratulations to Ezekiel, and thank you for taking the time to do a quick, brief little interview with us with the community.
Thanks for acknowledging us.
Oh, of
and
course,
helping
anytime.
Kids stand out.
Yeah. Well, the next time you have a race, we'd like to come up and get some shots of them here, because it's just in the Tungsten Hills, right?
It is.
Do you have any more meets here locally?
We do, and we're actually taking next week off. The following week, we will have one here in the Tungstens again. So every Wednesday,
Okay.
there's a meet. Yeah,
Sounds
Fun.
good. All right. Well, get yourself some yogurt because we're going to help out doing it. This is Jason Brown with Laughing Parrot Productions and Sierra Wave Media with Coach Jessica Hodges.
This is Jimmy T with Sierra Wave and Skippable News with Coach Allison Potter, who just scored 25-22 in the third game. So tell us about the Scorpions.
Yeah, they are, I just complimented their coach. They are an extremely grateful and polite team. The girls go out of their way to thank all the coaches and support staff. So shout out to the Desert Girls. It was, kind of anyone's game. We haven't seen them yet this season, so didn't know what to expect. First two games were pretty swift on our end, and then our team has seen a bit of sickness the last couple weeks. So one of our captains, Elizabeth Ellsworth, was out tonight. Peyton Kalk is still recovering. She's got walking pneumonia, so we've got a lean squad, and they had to come back and fight in that third set. So they did it.
In the first set, I think the Scorpions took the lead and then it was taken back and they never got it again.
Yeah, they did. They took a pretty solid lead, but we called a timeout and got the ball back and played our game and finished strong.
And the second set was kind of dominated by the Broncos.
Yeah, it was. They did a good job.
And the other thing is that they had one player, number 13, when she would serve, the ball would spin on the top of the net and go straight down.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a shot like that forever.
Yeah, that's hard to do regularly, but we got her to stop serving. I think she served out, so.
Yeah, the Broncos look really good. You did a great job.
Thank you. Cal City on Thursday, next game.
Cal City on Thursday. The Ravens are pretty tough.
Haven't seen them yet either. Yeah, so we're excited. They're a fun team.
Thanks very much. I appreciate
you.
it. This is Jimmy T with Sierra Wave and Skippable News and Laughing Parrot. This is Jimmy T with Laughing Parrot Productions and Sierra Wave Media, talking to head coach Rich Miears of the Bishop Union High School Junior Varsity Bronchitos. Coach, that hurt.
Yeah, it was I thought we had them. We just couldn't get our offense going. Of the run, they really just shut our run game. Wyatt was having a tough time. Not having our star wide receiver there, and it was a tough go today. But I'm proud of them. Our defense played really well, especially the D line and a few of the linebackers. Just phenomenal job on defense. And then Knox came in and he had a really good streak. He was throwing the ball really well, and he ended up helping us get a score. So I'm really proud of him for stepping up and doing that.
And in all sincerity, the score was not that bad. I mean,
No.
it was a loss, but it was
a good score.
20-10, which is
My dad he was a defensive coordinator, and he would say if you can keep the offense under 21, then the defense did a good job. So I would give the defense an A today. So
the Knights, they're tough. They're big,
tough,
and they knew what they're doing.
Hey, you go against a junior varsity that has 6'5" tackles, and you're going to have some problems.
Yeah.
They had some phenomenal athletes, and like I said in the beginning, they have a great program. I mean, their varsity's in the top 200 in California. Yep. I mean, it's just a phenomenal program. So for us to even to be as close and almost winning, I'm really proud of our boys.
Absolutely. This is Jimmy T with Coach Rich Miears of Bronchitos, Bishop Union High School, playing the Ontario Christian Knights. 20-10 was the loss.
Nope, 17-20.
Sorry, 17-20. Sorry. Sorry. Be tremendous. This is Jimmy T with Laughing Parrot Productions and Sierra Wave Media with head coach Arnie Palu of the Bishop Union High School Broncos. Coach, we played Ontario Christian. They came all the way. Tell me about the game.
We knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew they were a really good program and a good football team. And this is going to sound crazy, but it's about as good as you can feel after losing 26-0. I mean, we always tell the boys, like, the score doesn't matter. The score does not matter. We don't play to the scoreboard if we're up big or if we're down big. And the boys, man, they did that tonight. I mean, after the game, we were ecstatic with their effort, their commitment. I'm sure we made some mistakes, but I mean, our boys played their hearts out, and our coaches coached their butts off. So I was really proud of everybody's effort tonight.
Ontario Christian, I think they're one head bigger than the Broncos, and they brought a tough defense. I mean, a really tough offense. And you said their quarterback's a D1 player?
Yeah, that's what social media says. But you can't believe everything you read on social media. I mean, but he is. They're really good, and we were intentional about scheduling this game. Like, we're not gonna back away from anybody. We'll play anybody anytime, and I'm not saying that to be a tough guy. I'm saying that because we have really tough kids, and I think we were projected to lose this game really big, and if you saw them line up against us, we were outsized, but you know what, we played our kids played hard.
You were almost out-hearted them. They had outsized us, but I mean, seriously, it was.
Well, I'll just say this, at the end of the night, they had more points on the board, but I don't know what their coach's post-game speech was. I don't have to carry the burden of being a private school coach and have to worry about scholarships and having to worry about keeping parents, keeping their kids from transferring and keeping their kids happy and, all the things he has to worry about. But our post-game huddle was pretty positive. We were pretty jazzed about playing a tough team and playing them tough. And I told my challenge to the boys was, I wanted them to feel us. I wanted them to leave here dirty. And our boys bloodied their knuckles and played Bronco football, and I could not be prouder. And my message to our boys was, we're not going to see a team that tough and that physical the rest of the year until the state finals. And so you know, if we can play with that type of intensity, that type of heart and grit that we want to have, we're going to be just fine with anybody we play. So, and we're not going to see, you know, an offensive line like that ever again. We're just not. They don't. And then that was a really, really good football team, good quarterback, good running back. But dadgummit, we got good football players too here in Little Old Bishop, and so we appreciate them making the drive all the way up here, and I think they're gonna be a little sore on the way home. So
Let's talk about some of the Bishop players. Milton McGregor?
Milton Michelle.
Milton Michelle, sorry. I apologize. Sorry.
We got Milton there a little bit. You know, Milton. I love Milton. I love Milton with all my heart. He's a 4-year senior. He's been up all 4 years, and last year didn't end well. And we're trying to find a fit for him right now. And he's Milton's done everything we've asked him to do, and we're gonna keep him going. And man, he's got a lot of heart. He had a good positive run early, and then we just couldn't really get it going. But Milton, we love Milton. Milton's going to be a big part of our team moving forward.
And Malachi.
Listen, Malachi Orick is unbelievable. And you know, one of the reasons why we schedule this game against these guys is, you know, we want our best guys to play really, really good opponents. And Malachi, tonight, he showed that he can play with anybody. And he had at least 2 quarterback sacks tonight, and just blocked his butt off on offense, had a nice catch. He's playing both ways and playing great, and I couldn't be prouder of Malachi tonight.
And Garen Pritchard, he was like running up the sideline all the time.
Hey, Pritch was a dog tonight. Pritch, he's one of those guys that accepted the challenge of when we wanted Ontario Christian to fill us tonight, and he did it, man. He played his heart out. He was exhausted after the game. Offense, defense, special teams, he does them all, and we couldn't be prouder of the way Pritch played tonight.
He left it all on the field.
He did, man. He that post-game hug from the boys is, you know, when you hug Pritch, man, he was drenched, man. He left it all on the field. Really, really proud of the way he played.
Any other Broncos you want to cite?
You know, I think
they were all did great. I don't think.
No, I appreciate that. You know, Joe Lint on his 17th birthday had a really nice game tonight. Joe is 17 and he's a senior. He just turned 17, and so he's got a lot of room to grow. And he matched up with them big boys and did fine. Elijah Reynolds played his heart out, our running back and middle linebacker. Emery at quarterback had a couple really tough runs, hung in there and did a great job. Emery's is gonna continue to just be a great player for us this year. O-line was great. Weston at center, Rossi at guard, Cortez at the other guard, Big Dre and Joe did great. Emmanuel Moreno came in and did nice, and Tavian did great up front. Defensively, they all played their hearts out. So,
It's a pleasure. I don't know what that sign was. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
And next week we go all the way down to Rim of the World at Lake Arrowhead.
Fighting Scots.
Fighting Scots. Arr.
Yeah. If I didn't call out any individual guys, I apologize. That played well.
Yep.
Super proud of my staff and the work we gave. Right now it's almost 11 and we're loading film, and there'll be coaches watching and breaking it down as soon as it's up, and probably already are.
Yes.
And so the Bronco coaching staff and everybody's working hard to make sure that we play our best football all the time. So
Absolutely.
proud of the effort tonight.
And Lake Arrowhead, we played them there for their homecoming 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a special game. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, they scheduled us for homecoming, and we got the win.
On both JV and varsity.
Yeah, and how about that JV game tonight?
Oh, that was, wow.
Yeah, the Broncos played really hard. Yeah.
They all did a great job. Hunter Bailey, what an animal.
Oh, Hunter Daly. Yeah, Hunter
Bailey,
Daly.
sorry.
No, that's
Bailey.
all right. No, it's all right.
I'm late, so.
It's almost, and we're getting older too, Jimmy. We're getting older. Hunter Daly had a great game, and he really jumped out. Cole Barlow did a good job up front. That JV team is the gritty little Broncos, man. They did great. I'm proud of Coach Miears and that staff. They're coaching their butts off and doing a really good job.
And again, the Knights seemed like they were a head taller than the Bronchitos.
Yeah.
But serious, Coach, thanks very much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
This is Jimmy T with Sierra Wave Media and Laughing Bear Productions with the amazing head coach Arnie Palu. All the team played well, both junior varsity and varsity, and the score just didn't show it.
Good night to be a Bronco.
Good night to be it's a great night. There's
night.
only great nights to be a
Great
Bronco.
night to be a Bronco.
See you later.
Hello, this is Fred Rowe from Sierra Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing since 1982. Let's get to this week's fly fishing report for September 27th through October 3rd. Did I really just say October? We're getting into October already. Wow. This year, this month, things are flying by. So let's talk about the fishing. Well, fall's my favorite time, right in the middle of my favorite month, Sepdoc, 15th of September, 15th of October. Been up on the Upper Owens a bunch. Man, it's perfect. Cold in the morning, wearing a jacket, kind of have the heater on going up the hill. By 10 o'clock, jacket's off, I'm hot. By the time I drive home, if I'm coming home early, I got the air conditioner home. If I'm coming home late, if I'm cold, heater's on. If I'm hot, like I was the other day, well, guess what? I got the air conditioner on coming home. So it's that perfect time of the year. So how's the fishing going? Upper Owens? We're getting a few big fish, but they're just not in there in any kind of concentration. But we're catching are 4 to 5 inch rainbows, 4 to 8 inch brown trout, and then we're getting some bigger fish in the 8 to 12 inch range, but we're working hard for those. I'm tempted to say the fishing's good up there because it is, but you gotta know what you're doing. If you're not getting a good drift, if you're not setting the hook, if you don't know that the fish are taking the nibs, if you're slow setting the hook on the dry flies, you're just not getting fish. So I had a client the other day, fished hard, he wasn't getting fish, realized he was making a couple minor little mistakes, cleaned them up, he started picking up fish. We were fishing 2 flies, he got a double. So they're out there, they're in there to be caught, but you gotta work hard to catch them. Okay, over at Hot Creek, water's clear. When the hatches are coming off in the morning, which they have been, fishing's great. So get there kind of early-ish, be on the water by 8:30, start fishing with a trico, look for the caddis. There's kind of a caddis migration in the morning. If that happens and the caddis hit the water, fish will feed on it. Then hopefully there's kind of a caddis hatch after the tricos, and then look for blue-wing olives. And that's kind of the fall hatch, what's going on. It doesn't happen every day, but when it does, it's great. At Hot Creek, it's fishing good when stuff's hatching. I haven't been out in the afternoons, but I've heard from a few guys that if you're in the afternoon, it's been a little better. That's odd for Hot Creek. So what I've been using there, I'm using size 22 Trico female dun parachutes, size 22 Trico spinners, and then we're using size 20 gray caddis and size 20 blue-wing olive parachutes. Okay, Crawley Lake. It's funny that we had a problem with the hatchery 4 years ago, and it's taken 3 years for them to get back into full production. Last fall, they put in their normal full quota of fish, and the guides up on Crawley are singing the praises of how they're catching lots of fish this year. I'm hearing 50, 90.
Go wild in IMAX. The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
To survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters now.
So, sick of the same old family film?
Yes!
One movie, watch this, will transform your world.
Why did you cut the door?
It was already like that, right?
Yes, that's right. It was
Transformers 1, rated PG.